dedicated to our host country, Ethiopia, showcasing how cross-sector collaboration is driving their digital identity agenda, addressing both supply and demand challenges. And then the third segment, it's very exciting, features the most mature identity authorities in Africa. Their focus is no longer on enrollment or platform selection, but on sustainability, scalability, and business model. Just waiting to let additional people in. Please take the first seat that you can find. Okay, so let's dive into segment one. I have with me already on the stage, operator, next slide. Yes. From Mauritania, Sidi Ali Nafi, Director and CEO, National Agency for the Population Register and Secure Titles, ANRPTS. From Tanzania, Edson Guya, Director, ID Management, National Identification Authority, NIDA. From Benin, Aristide Ajinaku, Director General, National Agency for the Identification of Persons, ANIP. From Somalia, Abdelwali Ali Abdul, Director General, National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA. And from Malawi, Mafatso Sambo, Principal Secretary, National Registration Bureaus. They are here already on the stage. They're the heads of the identity authorities. Please welcome our illustrious panel. So here's the rule of engagement. They will speak very briefly at a high level, about 10 minutes each, back to back. At the end, we will have a Q&A session, but you can ask your questions at any moment through the Slido. And I'll ask you also to vote. I'll ask the audience to vote on the questions, because we want to make sure the questions that the most popular will have the chance to be answered. So ask the question anytime and label the question by the name of the country you wish to answer. So if you have a question for Tanzania, put @Tanzania and then ask your question. Ask it at any time. So again, the Slido code will be around, and then if you don't see it on the screen, it's on the back of your event guide, but it's also in the mobile app, integrated in the mobile app. Okay, so let us begin with the first presentation. I will ask Sidi Ali Nafi to come to the stage, to the podium, to deliver the first presentation. Thank you very much.
Very warm welcome once again. The 2025 Annual General Meeting of ID4AFRICA is being held here in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. And earlier on, several speeches have been delivered. Ethiopian Prime Minister, His Excellency Dr. Joseph Addis, and Director of Ethiopia National ID Program, Yodahe Aryaslase, all have delivered their speech. And now panel discussion is going to be conducted, and the panel discussion will focus on digital identity in Ethiopia, the progress and the way forward. I warmly invite you to attend this program, and I will be back later. Stay tuned.
Move on to Tanzania. Edson, please. I'm very pleased to see the questions coming in, so great. Vote, continue to vote on the questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Atik and the entire ID4Africa team. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Yes, my name is Edison David Guyai. I'm Director of ID Management from the National Identification Authority, NIDA from Tanzania. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about our journey from where we started doing registration up to the now where we do the integration and we develop the identity ecosystem. So I'll take through a short presentation describing the journey of national ID so that this will be as a lesson learned to other African countries. Thank you. Just the first slide, this is just an overview of the NIDA. For the sake of time, Dr. Atiki, if you allow me, I will skip one because this one you can find it in our website. Let me go direct to the status, the current status of national ID. If you look to the current status, we just project the numbers there. And there is registration and identification. We did registration identification, We did registration and identification, and we managed to register more than 25.5 million persons. And this, according to our law, eligibility age is 18 years and above. So the entire population from 18 years and above, we have more than 31.5 million persons according to 2022 national census. So in terms of percentage, we have managed to register 81% of adult population. In terms of ID issuance and personalization, because the national ID is, we are using a digital national ID backed up with the Addis solution to ensure uniqueness. And also in terms of issuance, we are issuing a smart card technology with multiple applications to enable offline and the online users of national ID. So in terms of personalization, we have managed to personalize more than 21.2 million, and also we have managed to issue 20.1 million ID cards. So this number is not just a number, it's the quality ID, quality number, because the registration and identification, we follow a so-called a vigorous process in order to ensure that the one who registered in a right group, because according to our laws, we register 4 types of groups. We are registered for citizen, legal residents, refugees, and the stateless person. So we have 4 categories of registration. So as I said, we don't do just registration. We are also developing ID ecosystem. So after having this huge number, 21.1 ID issued, we have also integrated, because we know national ID without integration is just a mere national ID. But if we put some integration in place, we develop ecosystem, and if we develop ecosystem, that means you can simplify or streamline the way government issue services. So we have managed to integrate. Sorry, can you go to the back, to the previous slide? So we have managed to integrate more than 124 institutions, private and government, and also we have managed to collect 45.4 million USD. This is from ID verification services. We charge $0.180 per transaction, and also we do charge for replacement and registration of legal resident. And also we know data is a key. So we've managed to develop 2 data centers which work in active-passive mode, and we have all our information and all our processing are done in the National Data Center. Next slide, please. So for national ID ecosystem, for us we call it Jamii number. Jamii number, why Jamii number? Because this is an inclusive ID scheme. So there are 4 key drivers for the national ID ecosystem development. Driver number 1, the idea of Tanzania national ID is to align with the national policies. We have a number of national policies. One is universal health insurance coverage. As you know, from 2023, government passed a law which mandates at least a citizen to have at least health insurance coverage, so health insurance cover. So as you know, we as Tanzania, 76% pay out of their pocket for health care services. So the government decided to introduce a scheme which is called Health Insurance Scheme for All. So this health insurance scheme will not use different card rather than national ID. So we need to pull our socks to ensure that all citizens have the national ID so that the national ID can be used for the health insurance services. Also, there is the issue of financial inclusion. Because, as you know, in Africa, mobile wallet now become the access to finance. So most of our young generation, especially those from 16 and 18 years, are excluded according to the current eligibility. That's why the government is working hard to revise the legal frameworks to make sure we include even those which are below 18 years so that we comply with the financial inclusion framework. The second driver, as you know, we are not working in isolation. We are working with our other region for region integration. We are part of EAC. We are also part of AU. So as you know, in EAC, Africa community, East Africa community, we have that policy of free movement across the East Africa community. So we need to have a strong ID system which will help us to move across East Africa. And also, as you know, we have the agenda, AU agenda, which is 2063 agenda, which requires at least to have a document which will enable Africans to move across the continent and also to facilitate cross-border trade. Also, there is a global vision, which is 2030, which is linked to the legal identity for all. So we, as Tanzania, we are working very hard to make sure we meet that goal. Another driver, which is the third driver, is security and development. As you know, if you want to make your country secure, you have to know your citizen. You have to know who is coming and who is leaving. So for the proper border control and everything, this become now the driver for us, which is pushing to implement a strong national ID. The fourth, and not the last one, we have the social protection schemes. We are working closely with the World Bank for the social protection scheme to help the poor, and we use national ID as a key document during targeting, identification of beneficiary, and also we use national ID during issuing cash to the citizen. In the last slide, I shared the figures, but there is a number of obstacles, the number of challenges which we met during the implementation of the national ID system. Number one, it's the legal constraint. As I said, our eligibility age for national ID is 18 years and above. But now the things have changed. Through the digital economy, we need to lower down the age because of financial inclusion, health insurance, and other services. So if we stick to 18 years and above eligibility, that means 50.8% will be excluded. So this has pushed us to do the revision of our legal frameworks to make sure that we start issuing ID and registering person from birth. Another limitation, as you know, national ID is a massive project. There are three key areas. In any national ID must make sure there is enough fund to support. One is ICT infrastructure, to put IT system in place. The second one is mass registration, to register everyone to put in the national ID database. The third one is sensitization and public awareness. So all these parameters need a lot of money to implement. So as I said, because we have excluded 50.8 citizens, 18 years below, so our strategy now is to engage and to start registering from below 18. And estimate budget is almost 250 million, which is a massive investment. To register 31 million below 18, and also 70 million, which is a backlog which we need to register. So we have a backlog of almost 38 million, because as I said, we in Tanzania, population is 61.7. So registering 25 million, there is a huge backlog we need to work on it. So as a strategy to mitigate the issue of financial limitation, for us, we see the solution is to work with, to collaborate with the international donors or the development partners to make sure we achieve registration of from 0 to 18. Also, the third challenge is, as you know, geographical environment. I think most of Africa, the landscape is almost similar. There is the issue of accessibility. You find someone has to travel 50 or 200 kilometers to find registration centers. So during registration, we use we so-called field registration, where we deployed around 5,000 registration kits in all villages to make sure every citizen, even all the marginalized groups, participate in the registration. And also, the fourth and last challenge, which we overcome, as you know, the national ID system in Africa, we call it a greenfield project, because we start where there is no any formal document to identify a person. So to address this one, because when we start registration, we find that a lot of people, they don't have document for them to be identified. They don't have birth certificate, driving license, they don't have passport. So we decided to design a special form, which is, we call it form number 7. This form now is used for those people who does not have the formal document. So what are the key lesson learned? I'll go fast. The one, slide, sorry. The key lesson learned, one is the National ID project needs a very strong political will. So we need a push from above. This is the key. So we succeeded to register 25 million because we had a good political will, a push from above. And also, as I said, national ID system need a strong financing mechanism. So the government has tried to make sure they finance the national ID, and we have managed to register 81% of the adult population. Also, engagement. Stakeholder engagement is the key. For the African country which are starting the issue of national ID, they have to engage everybody. Have to engage the immigration department, local government, civil society. All the key stakeholders should be put in picture during the execution of the national ID project. The last one is, if you want to push the national ID, you have to come with a strong use case. Because in the case of Tanzania, the registration was low. But when we started linking SIM card registration with this national ID, this is where we managed to increase by 25% of registration. So if you want to push registration, you have to implement a strong use case.
Next slide, please. Today, more than 13 million people registered in our national person register. Globally, it's close to 98% of the population. Over 10 million identity documents have been issued. And right now, we are processing close to 200,000 biometric authentication per day, thanks to the mobile operators. We are also, as I said before, we are also connected to the public institution and private institution. Our register is connected to more than 80, I would say, institutions, public or not, bank and mobile operators and so on. The success is not accidental. As I said before, it is the result of strategic choices and strong foundation. Next slide. The key factors that make this transformation possible are based, I would say, on 4 pillars. 1, people. You know, in Benin, we have decided to ensure that we have the right people at the right place. we adopted a decree where we are able to attract Beninese from the diaspora and every other citizen. Wherever they are living, they can come in Benin to contribute to our transformation, depending on their skills. In our agency, we have different types of profiles. We have data scientists, we have legal advisors, we have engineers, we have everything. And this is important, this is key for our transformation. In addition to that, what is also important is the procedures. People need to follow procedures. Our procedures are guided by lean principles in order to be more efficient. Of course, technology. Technology seems to be an easy thing, but it's very important. But I don't think that is more important than people. But technology is important, and in our organization today, we are providing digital services through different channels, USSD channels, because we want to be more inclusive.